Was that you? Okay. And it just like I remember that hit me and I just kept thinking about it, and like it immediately, we knew that was going to be the theme for the year of stronger every day. So I want to ask you, Melissa, hopefully you were the person. I want to ask you, like, what does that mean to say that being a Beachbody coach, being a part of Beachbody, makes you stronger in so many aspects of your life? And how does knowing that and feeling that sort of reflect onto your customers and make them feel like they are a part of something special as well?
It's like when we were talking backstage and Carl started off the conversation about how we were talking about different MLMs back there. We really were. And when I think about Beachbody and how they're so different, and one of the ways that I sell it is you have to take care of your health regardless. I mean, you need to take care of your health, and you need to be an example to other people, strangers, family, friends, coworkers, and so why wouldn't you make a business out of it? And Beachbody has strengthened every single aspect of my life. I mean, my kids are, my son, who's right over there, is a little entrepreneur because his mom is. My daughter is crazy about health and nutrition. And my husband, because I had the opportunity to be able to bring him home, our relationship is tenfold what it was before I was a Beachbody coach, because I never got to see him. Now I see him every day. But not only that, it's allowed me, high five on my ladies, strangers end up becoming your best friends in this business, and you get to take this wonderful journey with them. So all the way from customers that you just happen to meet on Instagram to your children, Beachbody is just so influential.
Time now, you've developed a lot of leaders, a lot of coaches, and you're a very straight shooter as well, and which is refreshing. And so you've probably developed the ability to sniff out, if you will, and identify the characteristics of a coach that's kind of got it. And as you watch their behavior, if you can narrow it down to what's one of the biggest things that you see where you go, this is the biggest time waster, don't do it, don't go there. What would that one thing be? What's that one piece that you'd say if you're tremendous potential?
So I think is thinking. Personally, I think it's overrated. I think I see a lot of people who are successful sitting around coffee, being snooty, talking about politics and thinking they're so smart, doing nothing, unsuccessful. And personally, that's my opinion. But I personally have become successful from the exact thing that I was brought up told that was around and doing whatever I wanted and just like destroying everything around me, in not so good ways in the beginning. But as a Beachbody coach, it has served me because I just kind of fail forward and take it, scrap it, keep it, whatever, and I don't really care what people think. And that's what I try to get my team behind as well, is not caring what people think. And when I see somebody who I can tell just does not care what people think about them, or they're on the verge of that, like I'm like, okay, you're almost there, but like you just kind of need to stop thinking a little bit more. And I really feel like the coaches who join my team and just are making videos and inviting, and they're super excited if they keep it up. Because I think also sometimes the coaches who do that, they have success really quickly and then they just disappear. And I'm just like, where did you go? You only hit success for 5 months. Like, their story is what's gonna change people's lives. I'm willing to put that out there. And then also, don't put disgusting colored borders on your pictures, please. Like, keep it. Like, I honestly, like, visual communication is a big deal, like on social media. When I see somebody putting crazy colors and all this text and stuff, when I see a coach and I join my team and I go to their Facebook, I'm like, ooh, your Facebook's so pretty. maybe all your pictures are used with afterlight. Like, you're gonna do great if you can invite people. So, you know, there's kind of a mixture. It's like, I really feel like putting yourself out there, but also being like,
of getting people results. And so, you know, that's what our focus is, that's what our DNA is focusing on getting people results. We know that, you know, many people are doing that through challenge, through your challenge that talked about that it's, you know, I know it seems hard to get people to say yes, but it's even harder once they say, you want to jump in there?
$50 gift card box, or I don't know what the budget limit is, compliance. I don't know what that limit is. Are we allowed to?
Anyone else want to jump in on this one?
But there is but, you know, because whenever Gelfan's talking, I kind of zone out. There is a protocol by which you can create incentives for recognition and rewards for people getting things done, but there are lines, you have to be careful, so make sure you check in with
Cannot be for recruiting.
And absolutely not for
Absolutely
recruiting.
not.
You can't say, sign up and I'll give you a $50 PayPal gift certificate, so no one blah, blah. We were just kidding. And, you know. Who else? Megan?
I think what really helps in my challenge groups is empowering people from the very beginning. Our very first day, we don't talk to you. I want to know everything about your family, you know, what you do for a living, what your favorite color is, whatever it is, just really breaking the ice from the beginning. And then through that a coach does already, kind of what I focus on throughout the challenge group is how about today we share you know, one victory that you've had over the past however many weeks on your Facebook page, and then we're going to go over there and cheer you on. Any kind of empowerment or like the games are fun, you know.
I think if you set really clear expectations of, you know, because I want to be able to help, you know, coach you through this process. Michael's type coach, or do you want me to be like the loving Bob? You know, like which one do you want me to be? Who do you need me to be as your coach? You said you wanted me to reach out to you and be Jillian Michaels. Well, I'm telling you, get your butt. I'm so scared that you're going to offend them or anything like that. You set that clear expectation.
Yeah, I remember, Lindsay, when we first introduced challenge groups, and you were, I think it was a leadership going into the challenge group, what they should have, you set the expectations before.
Some of these coaches, their new coaches treat them with more respect is because we demand that. It's the same thing in every relationship that you guys are in, whether it be marriage, friends, whatever. If you have friends, that was something that was really important to me, that I wanted to be respected, and so I demand respect.
So Jeff, before I throw you the next question,
Amy wanted to.
Amy, jump in.
sorry, I'm hiding back here. I also really wanted to say, you know, like focus on the education. I think sometimes people, you know, like think about your group as like a place that you have the opportunity, you know, include the personal development, include little things about teaching about Shakeology, ask them, what do you want videos about? And then let them pick the topics that you pick the video about. You know, I really think like what Lindsay said, putting the ball in their court and letting them know, like, if they want something, they need to ask you, like, you're not a mind reader. And, like, really focusing on the fact that you're there to help teach them and create those discussions and community in there. And it's not just, like, you know, you teaching them, like, they need to include themselves in the group and be a part of the community as well, I think is super, super important.
Awesome. Jeff, just before, I'll give you the last question, but Jonathan just sent me a very lengthy, Jonathan Gelfand just sent me a very lengthy text, which I zoned out of after the first couple sentences, but I did get out that there is a $50
But no Nike.
reward incentives and things like that. And Jonathan, I will do my best to. Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm actually going to do two, one to the entire group, but just on the closing out on the challenge groups. We just
I've used the challenge tracker app. This is my third challenge. Are that I can see who has accepted an invite, so who's actually in the group, because you know I know who has gone in, who's done their before pictures, who's written out their goals, but then also I can see when they've logged in last. And so if I go to my list of participants, they that goes directly to their inbox, their email, and they can respond back. And so then that's a great conversation starter outside of the group. If they feel uncomfortable sharing something in the group, they can share it with me through a personal message. So that I absolutely love. And I also like that I can see how many workouts, how many Shakeologies they've drank. Like, I really can get a good picture as the leader of, are they being consistent, where are they falling off? So that's helped me, I would say, with helping people to get better results is by using that tool.
Fantastic. One of the characteristics that I've remarked about our elite candidates, a common characteristic, is something Carl talked about just a couple days ago, is this concept of non-negotiability. That somewhere, sometime in their business, they've made a decision, they've made a commitment that certain pieces are going to be non-negotiable as they drive their business. So I'd like to just go down the line as we close this out, and you think about, here's the one thing in my business that has been a non-negotiable that has helped me create great success.
Authentically. How much do you want me to say? Okay, sharing my life. Just put it, like, take your camera and turn it around and face yourself and do some selfies and talk about you. Share about what's going on in your life, your challenges, your successes, your struggles. I think that's super important. If you don't put yourself out there on social media, that's kind of your storefront. You're not gonna be attracting people to your business. So yeah.
I think treating my business like a business. I think a lot of people want the results that some of us have had up here, but you're treating your business like a hobby, and you're not taking this very seriously. And I think so if you treat your business like a business, you've got business hours, not just checking messages here and there, but legitimately treat this like it's a storefront that opens and closes every single day, and you are going to show up for it and do the activities. You're gonna have much more success than
ever comparing yourself to someone else. And I know that it can be hard to sit there but the truth is, you don't want to do what someone else did because you're a completely different person. Compare yourself to someone else, because even just the 10 of us sitting here, we're all so different, from such different backgrounds, families, everything. I could never have the same success that Amy has or Lindsay has. Or you want to do you really, really good. And it's only going to harm you if you're looking at everybody else's papers. So keep your blinders on, and your non-negotiables every day, your 3 vital behaviors times 30, and only do you. No one else does you as good as you do.
I would say for me, since I'm such I first started focusing and doing what I set down to do. On my phone is always black. There's no notifications popping up, always distracting me. I'm a sapphire, very distracted. And so I remember the first time I sat down to be a focused worker, that took 10 minutes versus 5 hours. And I was able to start working faster and faster and faster and faster versus being stuck on Facebook for 24 hours a day. You're on Facebook 24 hours a day because you're not productive, not because Facebook is sucking your time. Just remember that.
So for me, it's probably been staying in a constant state of growth, not becoming complacent. It's easy in this business. You achieve milestones that you never thought you would achieve. Obviously the financial side of it's ridiculous, but I always want to remember the girl who I was 6 years ago, who was lost, and that's the girl that I'm speaking to, and I grow on her behalf because I know the more that I personally grow, the more I can pour into those people that I'm blessed to come across and pay that forward, and I just want to continue to be on that path with this.
So I think it's there's 2 things. I think having a plan is so important. You just can't start doing a sneak peek. Next week I'll run a free group. You really have to sit down and have a game plan for your business that you duplicate every single month so you get into a rhythm that you can teach. But then also, I believe that you have to have belief in yourself. And you have to say, against all odds, against all things that have happened in my life, no matter what I look like, no matter what my shape or size is, you have to look in the mirror and say, I believe without a shadow of a doubt I'm going to be successful. I don't know how, I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I just know that God created me to do something bigger, and I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to keep going because I just know that it's within me to do something great. I think when you believe and you have a plan, then you're going to be led on that right path, and you're going to have success.
two quick ones. One is not letting your current life situations keep you from getting what you want. Very pregnant last year, and there was a minute when I said, no one's going to take me seriously, everything's going to go downhill, like it's just going to be a mess, but I had to kind of gather myself and say, no, I'm going to let this be my story, and let your current life situations, whatever it is, help you mold your story and share all of it, share the heck out of it, because there's so many people out there that can relate to you, and that's when my business took off. I thought it was going to be like this fitness superstar at one point, and no, it turns out I found all of my, people, the people that related with me the most is when I, went through my pregnancy and all that good stuff. And my second one is getting to an event, or getting to all the events. Summit was my biggest turning point in this business. I kind of went from Sapphire. I just soaked up every minute of it. I watched some of these coaches up here on stage, and they were just normal moms. I want that. I'm going to go after that. And so much happened at that event, and I will always get myself to as many events as possible to feed off that energy and keep going.
I am going to snowball, and say that I think the biggest thing for me was being open and being vulnerable to sharing my story, because my story is what makes me unique in this business, and it's the same for a lot of you out there. I think I was a guest on my Uplines team call like 5 days into coaching. Pretty sure I spent the whole day in the bathroom before that happened. But it was very scary, and on that call, 5 days as a new coach, I was able to share, overcoming anorexia and bulimia and marriage struggles and things like that. And from that day forward, it was like you just open the door for so many people to just connect with you and have that common ground with you, and it's a conversation starter. So definitely not putting up a wall and opening up and being you, and hit Success Club.
Gets to us, the more like, I was actually thinking what Megan said, let your struggles be your strength. This is life, you guys. Like, people are unfortunately work on yourself. You have to fill your cup and grow, be the best friend to your, team or whoever, your spouse, whoever that is. Just honestly, show up every single day, no matter what. There's going to be a lot more hard days than there are good days, but just all day. That's what I've done.
Do I not have the hardest job? I have to sum it all up, but 7 of us did a Success Club, a group thing together. I don't know if any of you guys were a part of that. But yay! That was so much fun. But one of the things that what is it? Hangout? Is that what we did? We did Hangout. And I had mentioned that I want you, or you should, as brand new coaches or coaches just getting your feet wet, is to be able to stand on a stage just like this, with your shoulders back and your head up, saying, I am a Beachbody coach, and I am so proud to be. It's not just a matter of you being a part of an MLM or network marketing. You are a coach, you are changing lives, you are saving lives. So put your shoulders back, be proud of it, scream it from the rooftops, and let people know what you do, because otherwise they're not going to know. And so they're going to go to the next person that is going to scream it out, probably one of these 9. So you be the person to scream it out for them to go, I want that enthusiasm in my life, and so that they come to you and become a coach on your team.
So just as we wrap up, 4 vital behaviors. The 4th one that was just introduced was recognition. So our next big event is Supercharged, these 10 lovely ladies to Bora Bora to celebrate their amazing accomplishments as leaders in this organization. And so first I want to congratulate you all for but the other thing in closing is that there's so many along the way to being an Elite 10 coach. So whether it's the first person that you've coach, or when you become a premier coach or an elite coach, make sure that and that while we applaud all of these 10 ladies for what they do, I know that on behalf of the company, Jeff and I applaud each and every one of you for everything that you're doing as coaches and all of your success. And this is going to be sort of the last time on this cruise that we're able to kind of have a microphone in front of us. So an incredible Success Club SS Beachbody trip. It's been fabulous. It's always fabulous when we get all the coaches together. So just